Hello everybody and welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Zena and I am a certified esthetician and nail technician here in Saskatchewan, Canada. So today I have a really exciting video yet again. I am going to be reviewing and demoing Enail Coutures Happy Gel. So I have played around with this a little bit at the acrylic class that I took a couple weeks ago. And that's where I picked this up. If you want to see that video, I will link it in a little box up above here. At least I hope I will. So feel free to check out that vlog video. But I did play with the Happy Gel a little bit in that class, but just on one swatch stick, and I just kind of had at it. So I have dipped my brush in it, but I haven't really played with it that much. So I have taken the nails off of this hand and we are going to apply the Happy Gel, and I am going to show you how I work with it. I'm not sure if that's the proper way. However, I do know Max Estrada has a ton of live videos on his Facebook page using the Happy Gel. So if I am doing something incorrectly, you can go back to his page, Facebook page, and reference it. But I will do my best and I will let you know how I personally like the Enail Couture Happy Gel. So I just want to give you a couple facts on the Happy Gel before we start off. So I just have my phone and I am on the Enail Couture Canada site, and I'm just going to read off the site and tell you what the site says about the product. So it says, if acrylic and gel had a baby, it would be Happy Gel. Our new item we have created by popular demand just for you. Not an acrylic and not a gel, but a new hybrid product that feels like an acrylic but cures like a gel. You can play with it as long as you have the perfect shape and cure. The formula is a combination of acrylic and UV gel. Happy Gel is strong but lightweight on the nails, flexible, smells like candy, and will not create dust. I'm excited for that portion. Happy Gel Magical Recipe Formula is ideal for beginners and professionals. Lightweight like gel, it is easy to use, does not take many steps, and gives a flawless result. Happy Gel has consistency that allows you to work as fast or as slow as needed. No mixing and no ratio. Only use monomer or alcohol to lightly pat into shape and cure. Now available worldwide. Sculpt, tip, and overlay and natural nail overlays are the strength of hard gel, but with the option of a soak-off. In 3 colors: Princess Pink, a cool tone cover pink, Eternal Beige, warm tone cover pink, and Crystal Clear. One tube is 60 grams. Cure time is 90 seconds in LED or 2 minutes in UV. And then as a side note, it says wipe the sticky layer before shape. So I purchased the Eternal Beige one. It is the color we were working with in class, and I think it is a gorgeous cover pink color. So let's just flip the camera around and let's get started. Okay, so I have already removed the old gel product on my nails, and I filed this one down because I want to attempt to sculpt with a Happy Gel as well. So the first step I am going to do is I am going to prep the nails with this nail prep that is also from Enail Couture that I got at the acrylics class. So we are going to apply a thin coat of this, and then we are going to go right in with our Happy Gel and see how it lasts. I believe this stuff just acts as kind of a dehydrator, and I'm just applying it all over the natural nail. I still do have a little bit of gel product left on my nails from my previous set, but I have removed the majority of it. Okay, so they are all prepped now. Okay, so now I have just poured some of the Enail Couture monomer into a dampen dish. We're going to do a couple nails with the monomer, and then we'll also do a couple nails with alcohol, and I'll see if there's one that I prefer better than the other. So we're going to start off with the monomer. And then the brush I'm going to be using is just this brush we got from the acrylics class. It is just a, I believe they said a number 8 or 10 brush, I'm not sure which, But because we are working with the monomer, I'm going to use this brush. Once we switch into working with the alcohol, I'm just going to use a cheap brush because it will ruin the brush. So let's jump into the Happy Gel. Okay, I'm just going to start off with my middle finger just because I don't want to start sculpting. I'm going to do these two with monomer, and then I'll do those two with alcohol. So it just comes in, don't know if you'll be able to see this, just kind of a squeezy tube. So I am just going to, okay, you have to squeeze fairly hard, and I have no idea how much I need, so I am just going to apply a blob kind of like that. Just going to take my brush, drip some of it off. Okay, I think my brush is way too wet, so I'm just wiping off some of that product. It definitely moves more similar to acrylic. Like it's going to stay exactly where I have it right now. And so I'm just kind of using the belly of my brush to kind of get it where I want it. And then I'm going to go in with my tip. And I can tell you right now, I took way too much product for this little nail. I apologize if you can't really see what I'm doing. This is the first time I've filmed a kind of demo thing on myself, so I'm actually just going to brush some of the product to the tip here and just get rid of it because I have way too much. So I'm just getting rid of that blob, and we'll try this again. And so the product's starting to stick to my brush. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this, but it's sticking. So that just means that my brush is too dry, so I'm just sticking it back in the monomer just to get a little bit more liquid on it, kind of to use as a slip layer. And then it smooths the product way easier this way. I'm really loving how this product's not moving unless I move it, and how it's not drying. Like, that's my big thing with acrylic, is as a gel tech I don't work fast enough for most acrylic. So this is really nice that you can completely shape it but have it not move, similar to acrylic, but be able to take your time like with gel. Then you can very easily move it out of the cuticle if you have a little bit in there. It's sticking again, so I'm just dipping it in the monomer again. Okay, I have a lot underneath here. So I'm just going in with my brush to remove that. I think that's from when I was trying to remove some earlier. So this will take some playing around with, but so far I am really enjoying the application. So I think the whole point of this is to kind of bridge the gap between acrylic and gel, and you can get a really nice shape with it and then have minimal filing. I apologize if I go in and out of camera. Like I said, this is the first time I've filmed myself, so doing my best, but I know it won't be perfect. Okay, so as you can see here, I have it applied quite thickly, so I'm going to try to pat it out a little bit more and remove some more product to thin that tip out. get it thinned out. It is a little bit more sheer, like you can still see where my nail is, but that's okay by me because I will be putting a color on top anyways. Okay, so there you can see that I've thinned it out a little bit more now. So I am fairly happy with how that is looking shape-wise. So I am going to cure this for 90 seconds in my LED light. Okay, so this first nail is now cured and it is pretty hard. Kind of sounds like a combination between gel and acrylic. It definitely, as you can see how that kind of has a fingerprint in it now, has a sticky layer similar to gel, and there was absolutely no heat spike, which with cover pings and LED in general, I tend to find that there's a heat spike. This did not get hot whatsoever, and I am fairly sensitive to the heat due to my eczema. So this is what this first nail looks like. I am pleasantly surprised. Moving on, let's sculpt out a nail with it and see what we think. Okay, so the form that I'm going to be using is the Enail Couture form. I'm really liking this hole. I've never seen a form shaped like this. So it has the spot for your hyponychium, but then it has the release cuts already made in it, which is really cool. So let's attach it to my nail and see what we think. I just have the inside portion taped to the back. I always do this with my forms, just gives it a little bit more strength. And roll it between my fingers to give it a little bit of shape. And that fits my finger really, really nicely. I'm really liking this. Sorry, this is kind of awkward to do at this angle. Okay, so now we have our form on and it fits really, really nicely. My only complaint so far is that these tabbies are not sticking down, but could just be my skin. So let's try sculpting one. So again, I am going to apply some gel. I'm not going to use as much this time. Okay, so we have our gel applied and I still am using monomer again. And let's move it around. So I'm just going to sculpt it the same, attempt to sculpt it the same length and just the square shape like my other nails were. Okay, I know already I have way too much product again. So it is kind of deceiving how much you want to squeeze out, because really you don't want to be wasting this much product all the time. I'm just going to apply this to a form so that I can reuse it. This is really, really nice to work with. I am really enjoying this product. You have all the time in the world to play with it, which in turn you can get a perfect shape. Look at that. am very, very, very impressed. Alright, I am going to cure this. Okay, so we have just finished curing this. Again, sounds kind of like a combination between acrylic and gel, which is a good thing because that's what it is. So we are going to pop this off of the form, and I'm just going to see if it's cured underneath. And it does feel to be cured all the way through, but there we have it. Super, super easy to do extensions with as well. And I have a fairly, this angle's really hard to show, but it's a fairly nice thin, I mean obviously there's some finish filing to do, but it's a nice pretty thin extension. So I'm going to spray off the dispersion layer, and I am very, very impressed. Again, no heat spike. So we have done 2 nails now, one kind of overlay and one extension using monomer. And I noticed, I don't know if you guys had noticed, but the second nail that we did was way easier for me. I still need to work on how much product I need out, but I am loving this so far. So next up, let's do these 2 nails using alcohol rather than monomer as the solution layer. Okay, so now in my dampen dish, I just have some 99% alcohol. And then for a brush, I am just using this cheap eBay number 10 brush. AliExpress to be exact. But it's just a cheap acrylic brush. It came in a set of 5, I believe. But if it gets wrecked, it's not a big deal. You do not want to use your good brushes with alcohol because it will just dry them out and fray them. So you want to be using a cheap brush if you are using the alcohol method. So again, we are going to squeeze some gel out. I am not going to use way too much this time. Try not to anyways. And seems to be moving identical to how it did with the monomer, only without the odor. I'll give Max credit, his monomer does smell better than some other companies. However, it still is monomer, it still has an odor. So if you are sensitive or you're working in a salon that doesn't like having the odor of monomer, definitely look into this product because you can use alcohol with it as well as your slip solution. And the great thing with this is because you can use alcohol, it's a little more budget friendly. I know there's some other companies out there that have similar product to this, but you have to use their specific solution with it. So the nice thing with this is you can just use alcohol, which almost every nail tech already has at their desk. So one thing I will say is I can definitely tell that this brush is cheaper. It's definitely not as, it's a lot more bendy than my other brush was. And I know these nails won't be perfect. You don't need to tell me that. I know I'm not perfect. I've actually never ever taken a shaping class other than in my original workshop, so that is something that I plan on investing in the near future. So I know these won't be shaped perfectly. I know my application won't be perfect, but I just wanted to get this video up to show you just the product, and because it's newer on the market, just want to get to show you. It's new in my collection, so I always like showing you guys new things. So that's all this video is. It's not to try to me be perfect, because I know I'm not. You don't need to tell me. Alright, so that worked the exact same as it did with the monomer, which is really cool. Still just taking a little bit of the excess off the tip here. And I actually found, I don't know if my brush holds more liquid or what, but I didn't really have to re-dip my brush into the alcohol, so that's kind of cool. so I am going to cure that now. Okay, so we have finished curing this one, and I've already wiped off the dispersion layer on it, but they all are pretty much identical. So I'm just going to quickly finish up my pinky and my thumb off of camera, and I will be back to do the filing to see if the no dust clause holds up. So be right back. Okay, so I have all 5 nails applied now. So now it is time to file, and we're going to see if the no dust clause holds up. So I'm just going to be using a hand file to start, and then I will use my e-file as well. This is just a 100-100 zebra nail file. Okay, this might be the hard part, filing on camera. Okay, so I have that one quite a bit longer than my rest, so let's shorten it. Okay, so it definitely does make dust, which is to be expected. However, the dust is fairly heavy, like acrylic, so it is falling down rather than floating up in the air, which I'm assuming is what they mean by their no dust. And it does kind of have a candy scent to it. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to do this off camera because this is way too awkward of an angle for me to work at, but you can kind of see the dust. I'm not sure. So you can see the dust here. It is small particles, but they're heavy and they're dropping down, so that's nice to see. So I am going to do the perimeter filing, and then I will be back to show you a little bit of e-filing. So I have the perimeter all filed now, so I am just going to show you a little bit of e-filing now. So I am going in with my Erica MT20 and a medium sanding band. Okay, so again, the dust is very minimal. I don't have my vacuum system attached right now, which usually I do always have a vacuum system. And the dust again is falling downwards, which is really, really nice to see. I'm really enjoying this. As you can see, the dust is all kind of around my finger and on the paper down here, rather than up in the air, which is awesome to see. So it's definitely files similar to acrylic, but in fine form like gel, if that makes any sense. And it files fairly easily. It's not as hard as what acrylic is. It definitely, in terms of the softness, files similar to gel. So I am going to finish shaping these, and then I will be right back. Alright, so here is the finished product after we have them all filed. So as you can see, as you're filing them to the right thickness that you want, the pink is definitely transparent. You can very easily see my natural nail on these ones. This one you can't because, well, you can definitely kind of see through it almost where we built the extension, but that's okay. We're going to be covering them anyways. So that is the close-up finished results. So you can get them nice and thin, and they're very hard, nice and strong. So I'm excited to see how these wear. So I'm going to flip the camera around and kind of give you my final thoughts on the Enail Couture Happy Gel. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review slash demo of this new Enail Couture Happy Gel product. I had a really fun time playing around with it and just trying it out for the first time on actual nails. I think they turned out really nice. I am excited to see how they wear. So my kind of final thoughts on the product are, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I really hope it stands up well. It was really, really easy to apply, and I think the finished result looks really, really nice. I think I preferred working with monomer compared to alcohol, simply for the fact that you can use a little bit higher quality of a brush. But so for that fact and that fact only, I preferred using the monomer compared to the alcohol as the slip solution. but both of them applied identically in the terms of how the product moved. It was just the brush that I preferred using, my good quality acrylic brush compared to my cheap acrylic brush. It is kind of a trial and error on how much product to squeeze out of the jar, which as you work with it, the product more, it will become easier and easier to do that. Let me know if you guys try this product and what you think of it, or if you have tried a similar hybrid product like this. I would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in again next week for my next video. I have a really exciting Christmas tutorials planned, so be sure to stay tuned for that. They will be starting really soon actually, and they will be going for 24 days, I think, is what my plan is kind of 24 days of holiday nail art. But stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to film those videos for you all, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you who watch my videos. I am loving this YouTube journey so far, so give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more review demo type videos, please let me know. I am game to try any product out there, so just let me know and I will do my best for you guys. Until next time, bye for now.